Let's play Idle Pouring. Today's video, Rebirth 1 preparations. This Rebirth is going to be the most difficult because you're preparing while you're pushing. So Osiris is really just double triple frost berserk. That's pretty quick. Let's move on to Rebirth 1. Now, once you've pushed as far as you can, you killed Osiris, you can go ahead and hit the Rebirth button and Rebirth. Keep in mind to hit the help button. Make sure you have all of these items checked. One of the big ones is 1,000,000 gold coins, 1,000,000 zenny, gets you a net 200 diamonds. So keep that in mind. Also, any item after candies is gone. So make sure you sell that so you can use the zenny in the market. All your items will be automatically smelted, all your equipment, so don't worry about equipment. Similarly, anything you're equipped with will get smelted and you'll get smelt points. So let's go ahead and Rebirth. Now, there's a lot of information to cover in Rebirth 1, so I'm going to try and keep this as short as possible to help out the individuals who don't have time to watch the video. Let's get to it. MVP eggs. The go-to setup for your first two MVP is a combo. It's a combination of Osiris or Maya and Eddga. If you get this combo, Osiris and Eddga, you should be able to reach map 830 as soon as possible, much quicker than any other combo MVP setups. That isn't to say that you can't reach 830 without Osiris, without Eddga. It just means that you're looking at a 900k to 1.3 million power when you get to map 830. The individuals who don't have Osiris or don't have Eddga, they generally will be 1.3 mil power plus before they get to 830. Now, your next goal is to get 5 attack pets and an angeling, because you're going to be utilizing these guys all the way through 830 maps. Now, angeling, you can get to level 100. He is basically going to be your defensive pet, and then 5 attack pets are going to be utilized for attacking. And then these 5 attack pets will continue on through all of your rebirths. So it is key that you focus on those even before Rebirth 2 preparations. It'll make your life a whole lot easier. Now, that isn't to say that you shouldn't be preparing your Rebirth 2 pets. Granted, pool your resources into the 5 attack pets before you pool your resources into the Rebirth 2 pets. Rebirth 2 preparation video is already out, so you can take a look at that to see what pets I'm talking about. Now, once you have your 5 attack pets and angeling set up, your next goal is runes. Now, rune control in Rebirth 1 is important, because you'll randomly get them through the map treasures, and of course you'll unlock them based on the pets that you get from the carnival. Every 10 draws you get a free pet. Recommended is Enkeli rune, Aries rune, Vald rune, Kupona, and Kuura. Those would be the best if you got them in that order. Now, it is difficult to try and get them perfectly in that order, but that would be the best. Now, there are optional and somewhat situational runes, and Opari is one of them, which would replace Vald, but I would argue that Vald is better than Opari. And then Taika and Flamma. Now, since you're Rebirth, you should be able to just check your skills to see what pets you need for those. But again, Enkeli, Aries, Vald, Kupona, and Kuura are your go-to runes. I'll explain rune rotations when I cover the skill rotations. That way we won't get confused. Now, for skill rotations, the first 400 maps are going to be identical to your Rebirth 0. So your go-to setup is going to be Berserk Sleep double triple. If you encounter a charged boss, Dexterity, Endure, or Pierce boss, you can run triple Frost Berserk double and should be able to take care of those. And then, of course, your counter boss, the counter attack, you're going to run triple Cure, Berserk, and double. Now, once you reach 5 skills, you basically add Cure to the end of your setup. So, for example, your go-to is going to be Berserk, Sleep, double, triple, Cure. For archers, of course, you would replace triple with Toxic, because that skill is very overpowered, and it makes pushing Rebirth 1 super easy. And that should get you all the way up to about map 555. If you just keep rotating those skill sets and adding Cure at the end, once you acquire the Aries rune, you can go ahead and start using the Speed Burst combo. So the basic Speed Burst combo is using triple, Cure, Speed Burst, Provoke, and Berserk. Secondarily, you can do triple Frost, Speed Burst, Provoke, and Berserk. Now, if you follow the exact pet order and you have all your attack pets, Angeling, all at level 100, and you have all the runes, your very first difficult wall is going to be map 740. This is the map that every player will always remember, and it is a cure boss. It will stop you no matter what, so really the only way to pass it is to idle, increase your attack damage through gems, through gears, equipment, through just acquiring more attack damage. And then once you clear map 740, you should be able to clear the remainder of the maps just specifically by increasing your attack damage. And then lastly, you want to focus on one of two things. If you don't have Eddga or Osiris, you're going to want to get King Pouring, which allows you to clear map 810 to 830. And that's how you get to map 830 in Rebirth 1 most efficiently. And of course, during the entire process, you should be acquiring Rebirth 2 pets through purchases in market, through purchases through the carnival, and leveling them up. And again, those pets can be found in the Rebirth 2 video. Now, once you get to map 830, you camp there. You acquire Drake as your third pet through the shards, and you just sit there and you acquire as much pets as you can. You acquire as much pet pieces as you can, and you get all of your pets to CP so that Rebirth 2, 3, and 4 take about, I would say, a month and a half to clear all 3 rebirths. So that was the end of the video. The remainder of the video, I want to discuss my personal thoughts on a couple things. The first one is accelerating once a day, and it's very controversial because as a free-to-play player or free-to-play account such as this one, Hero-san, it utilizes your diamonds. Now, a lot of people will say, you know, save your diamonds for other things, etc., etc. If you look, I have about 3,000 diamonds, and I accelerate once a day since I started playing this account. So the first reasoning for pushing as fast as possible for the first 80 levels is that every time you meet a certain level, like level 80, you unlock a pet and you're able to equip an attack pet. What this does is it increases your power exponentially, or your attack exponentially, allowing you to push even further than you would have if you didn't accelerate for the past X number of days. Similarly, if you accelerate on the difficult maps, such as 740 or 555, and you're able to overcome it using the 10% damage boost, that means you don't have to idle there for a longer period of time trying to beat that. And then after you clear those maps, the remaining maps could be like agility down bosses, and those are easier to pass even if you didn't accelerate. So in my experience, and again using multiple accounts and retesting and testing again, it's best to accelerate once a day as a free-to-play player until you reach about map 800 or so. Then you can slow down because you need King Pouring if you don't have the Osiris+Eddga combo, where basically when you accelerate, you actually don't even push further with that 10% boost. That's when you know you can stop accelerating. So the other thing I want to talk about is gem management. This one isn't as controversial, and it's understood that you want to always do pet explore and get your primary attribute gems. So for archers, dex; for swordy, strength; mages, int. And then of course your secondary gems are one of the other 2 remaining. So archers would get strength or int. Now keep in mind, when you focus on a particular gem, you want to collect that one more than the other. So if there are 2 quests for strength, gems and for int gems, and you have more strength gems to begin with, go for the strength gems. Well, I hope the video helped you guys out. If you have any questions, just leave a comment or find me in game. Thanks, guys.